4 questions, 3 people, 2 contestants, 1 host. I'm Mike Passarelli, joined today by Joe Barbito and Owen Pence. This is Full Count. We're going to be asking questions, talking about sports, and figuring out who wins today's game. It's all up in the air. We'll find out on Full Count. Alright guys, let's get right into it with our first question. The Super Bowl, coming up soon. New England Patriots versus the Atlanta Falcons. Who do we think is going to win? Joe, you got the floor.
Glad you brought it up, Mike, because there's no doubt in my mind the New England Patriots are going to win their 5th Super Bowl under the Brady-Belichick era. A lot of things going for the Patriots this year. Tom Brady is playing possibly the best football we've seen for him in years. Chris Hogan has emerged as that classic who's going to step up for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. He's become a lethal downfield threat, and he put up the same stat line as Julio Jones in the NFC Championship game. This is the year of the Patriots. Their defense is going stellar. Their offensive line is clicking. They don't even need Gronkowski. Martellus Bennett is the biggest tight end in the AFC this year. So there's really no doubt in my mind. Like I said, the New England Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
See, Joe, you're going about this all wrong. I mean, you sound like a classic New England resident, brainwashed by what you hear on WEEI. Now, this is the year of Atlanta, right? Migos just released Culture. Donald Glover comes out with a hit on FX. It's probably the best show of the year. And, Julio Jones, if you're going to talk about football, which I guess I can bring up, Julio Jones, clearly better than anyone on the Patriots, cooler than anyone on the Patriots. That's really what matters, I think. Falcons are going to win this one. There's not much doubt in my mind.
Well, some good points brought up by both you guys, but, I'm just going to have to give this one to Owen. Joe, as a fellow New Jersey resident, I am appalled that you could go against the just New Jersey, New York sports and put your support behind the New England Patriots? I can't even get into it right now. Owen, you got this. Joe, you get the strike.
Everything custom like I'm at the bottom.
Moving right along to our next question. Question 2, boys. Here we go. NFL MVP. Who do we think it's going to be? Joe, you got the floor.
I'd like to defer to Owen to answer this question first, if you don't mind.
Sure, I'm happy to take the floor here, Joe. I think the answer is clear, right? It's Bart Starr. The Green Bay Packers, they won the Super Bowl, in the first 2 years of the NFL's inception, right? And Bart Starr kind of headed things, and ever since then it's been downhill for the Packers franchise, right? They're America's team, whatever. Aaron Rodgers, he tries to make it seem like, he's the next great thing. You got Brett Favre. Really, no one's going to step into those shoes, so when you look at it, I think if Bart Starr was on this Packers team, there's no doubt in my mind that, they'd be in the Super Bowl, the Patriots would be shaking in their boots. So I think it's clearly Bart Starr.
All right, and Joe?
Well, I think it's rather unfortunate that one of the qualifications for winning the NFL MVP is having played in the previous season. Otherwise, I would agree with you entirely. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go with Derek Carr because you saw how the Raiders just totally collapsed without him. He was putting up MVP caliber numbers when he was healthy, and then as soon as he left the picture for Oakland, there really was nothing left for them there. They went into the playoffs. They got absolutely annihilated. So, if you're going to look at the player who added the most value to his team, it was definitely Derek Carr, in my opinion.
Well, Joe, Owen, both good points, but, I'm just going to have to give this one to Joe. Gave a lot better argument, and I'm pretty sure the guy that you named doesn't even play.
Doesn't even live?
He's not even alive anymore.
Essentially true.
I'm going to have to give you the strike on this one,
Right.
Joe. You win this round. All right. Moving right along into question 3.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
Changing gears a little bit, guys. Moving over to NBA, the All-Star voting. They changed up the format. What do you guys think? What went wrong? Owen, you got the floor.
I think there's one glaring omission to the All-Star team this year, and it's Joel Embiid. He's the young hope for Philadelphia, and he's the most exciting thing that the city has had in its sports town in a long time. More importantly than that, he's a funny guy. When you think about All-Star Weekend, you think about a nice relaxed vibe, right? You want great personalities showcasing the league and what it has to offer, and nothing exemplifies that more than Joel Embiid. He's funny, he's lighthearted, he's going to send off some wild tweets, right? I think that is what the NBA needs, and I think Joel Embiid deserves to be on the All-Star team this year.
Well, I see your argument about personalities and what the point is, but again, not the point of All-Star voting is to get the funniest or best tweeter in. If they had a best tweeting competition, I might agree with you, but I'm going to have to go with Russell Westbrook here. The guy who's averaging a triple-double, and he's doing this on an OKC team after Kevin Durant just left him high and dry like your ex-girlfriend's for someone who's way more attractive than you. Really unfortunate for Russ, but you got to consider what he's done since his ex-girlfriend has left him. It's just absolutely amazing. Russell Westbrook, a huge snub as a starter for the All-Star game for the Western Conference.
Well, both compelling arguments, but I gotta give this one to Joe. Not only do I actually know the person that he just explained about, but, well, just his argument was it was flawless, and you just brought up Twitter. That has no basis.
It's on brand.
It's completely off topic. So, Joe, you get this one. Owen, I'm gonna have to give you a strike.
That's fair.
All right, moving right along to question 4. So what's the deal with Mello? Owen?
Look, as a person born about 10 minutes from Red Hook, New York, where Carmelo's from, I just have to say that the treatment that the New York people are giving Carmelo Anthony is disrespectful, right? He's the young pork pie god out here. He's working hard, right? He's been here for 5 years, and he's played good basketball. And you know what? He's not going to be everything we want him to be, and that's fine. That's life, man. But Carmelo Anthony is one of the great players in the Knicks' sad history, and we have to respect him for that. And yes, I want us to trade him. I think it'll be better for the franchise. Give the young unicorn Kristaps Porzingis the full floor so he can shine and excel. But you have to give Carmelo Anthony his due. Stop booing him, please, New Yorkers.
Frankly, Owen, I can't even see through the first part of your argument. Pork pie hats are just clearly inferior to every other style of formal menswear. I mean, you've got the derby hat, you've got the bowler, you've got fedoras and trilbies, you can put feathers in hats, and I mean, just Carmelo's choice of what he puts on his head is just disgraceful. I mean, there's so many options out there he could do. He can even do some of the new fashionable beanies the kids are wearing these days. He could go with a baseball cap. He could go with any of these things. Instead, pork pie hats. It's not okay for someone who wants to consider themselves part of a contending team.
Well, Joe, while I commend you for your knowledge of hats, menswear, just professional wear in general, I'm gonna have to give this one to Owen. He gave a much better argument and didn't talk about hats the whole time. So you get the strike. Congratulations, Owen. Let's move on to question 5. All right, guys, here we are. All 4 questions are done. The count is 2-2. Gonna have to be a tiebreaker question. Are the talking heads good? All right, Owen, let's hear what you have to say.
All right, so I have had a lot of respect for my esteemed colleague Joe Barbito over here until I rolled in here on a Saturday morning and heard that Joe Barbito was talking slanderous about none other than the Talking Heads, David Byrne, and the great '80s band. Now, you like Billy Joel. This is perhaps even more perplexing to me. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous, and I'm sorry, I don't even know if I can swear on this show, but this is one of the pillars of musical greatness that we've had in our time. They represent everything that's great about weird, funky art, and frankly, you're just a little too basic to see that, I think. Here you are singing Piano Man, trying to bring back memories of your childhood. Yeah, I think you need to get the fuck out of here, Joe.
Alright, Owen, I don't appreciate the attacks on my character as a member of the Northeastern community, and I mean, all the stuff that you said, I guess, kind of makes sense, but I mean, the fact that you go after Billy Joel, the fact that you go after my childhood, I mean, you didn't even name the right song. I mean, for God's sakes, I sang for the longest time, not Piano Man. And if we're going to talk about the Talking Heads, we need to talk about the fact that most of us weren't even alive for half their musical releases. It's all nostalgia that we feel through our parents for, oh, remember how great the 80s were. They weren't even that great. 80s... Everyone watching Full Count is that the Talking Heads are hot trash. This man doesn't know what he's talking about. This host is leading a sham of a show, and I'm done with this. And that's why I hate the Talking Heads.
All right, well, I'm going to give this one to Owen. Congratulations, you've won Full Count. Very nicely done. Well, that's our show. Tune in next time for more hard-hitting questions. And this has been Full Count.